crispy it is. Look at that. Get that extra crispy. Now, just let me give it all. Your flour. Oh my god. I feel like I'm at a restaurant. Hi everyone! Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make chicken fingers in my cast iron skillet. So it's okay if you don't have a cast iron skillet. You can just use any skillet you have and it'll still turn out great as long as you follow this recipe. So here I have my chicken fingers that have just been sitting in some buttermilk with a pinch of kosher coarse salt for about 30 minutes. And I have some flour over here that I'm going to season with some garlic powder, some paprika, a little bit of hot sauce on the chicken, some onion salt, some poultry seasoning, definitely some salt, and some pepper. So I'm gonna go ahead and season that. Just generously season it. I would say really to taste. You're gonna wanna make sure that you taste your flour mixture before you put your chicken in. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in there. This is the paprika. Let's do onion salt, some poultry seasoning, a little salt, and don't be scared to use the salt in the seasonings because you want this chicken to have some flavor. And some pepper. So let's just mix this up in there like that. You want to be able to see that your flour is seasoned, so don't be scared to add anything else that you need. Let me add a little bit more pepper. I like seeing the pepper flakes in my chicken tenders. It already smells good. Let's just taste it just to see what it's going to be like. Just a little taste. A little flour won't hurt you, right? Could use a little more salt. Let's try it again. Yes. Okay, so our flour tastes very good. So what I'm going to do is something I absolutely love to do. You only need a dash of this, and I didn't want to put the hot sauce in there while it was soaking just because I don't like a whole lot of the hot sauce taste just getting in there and penetrating the chicken like that. So I'm just kind of putting it in right before we soak it in the flour mixture so that it could just be on the outside instead of being inside the chicken meat. There we go. So, and really use as much hot sauce as you want, depending on how much you like. It's all up to your preference. So, we're shaking off the chicken finger, making sure you shake it off, and we're just going to put it into the flour mixture. And I'm just showing you one right now, but you're gonna do the same thing with every single piece. Coat it in the flour mixture and set it aside on a plate. And you're gonna let these sit for 15 minutes so that the flour can really just adhere to the chicken so that when you do put it in the pan to fry, the flour won't fall off, it won't be floating off into the grease. There you go. Look at that. You can tell these are going to be some good chicken tenders, right? Yes. Delicious. And it's okay if you get a little bit messy, right? You're gonna clean up after. Over here, of course, flour is very messy. There we go, look at that. It's gonna be very delicious. Let me put you over here. So we're gonna let this sit for 15 minutes and then we'll be right back. Okay guys, so the chicken tenders have been resting for about 15 minutes And now our grease is heated up, our oil is heated up in our pan. So you want it to be about 350 degrees, but if you want, you can just test a little bit of the flour mixture to make sure, and if it starts to sizzle, that's when you know that the oil is hot enough to put the chicken in. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this in, and you always wanna lay it away from you. There you go, if you hear it sizzling, you should be good. There you go. And you want it on about medium-high. We're gonna cook these bad boys for about 5 minutes. Oh yeah, and you don't want to overcrowd your pan because the temperature of the grease will actually go down as you cook it if you overcrowd your pan. Oh my goodness, that is so, yes. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and just do 4 for now. Just so we give it all enough room. Look at that, and you already see it browning up. Do you see that? You see how it's already browning up? That is going to taste so good. So, so good. There you go. And, oh my goodness. And also, you will need to flip it because I actually didn't put enough oil to submerge it all in, especially for these 2 pieces, so you will need to flip it. But that's okay, it won't take as long on the other side. So, we're going to cook this for about 4 to 5 minutes, and we're going to flip it somewhere in between there as well. And then we're going to be able to let it rest and cut into it and try it. It's going to be really, really good because I already smell it. I already smell it before I even put it in there, and it's going to be delicious. I can already tell. The chicken fingers are finished. They were in the oil for about 5 minutes and they look delicious. At about the 3-minute mark, I went ahead and just flipped them over so they can get that extra crispy on the other side, and they are delicious. I have my 3 different dipping sauces: honey mustard, barbecue sauce, and some ketchup, and I'm gonna just dig in and see. Let me see, this one looks good. Let's try this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look how juicy it is. Look at that. Look, do you see that steam? Do you see that? Oh my gosh, I'm going to go ahead and just, let's see, I'll dip it in some ketchup first. Oh my god. I feel like I'm at a restaurant. This is so good. It's juicy, it's not oily, just the right amount of crunch on the outside. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you guys, please follow this recipe and you won't be disappointed. So good. So delicious. I'm gonna finish these up. See you next time. Bye.
Big smile.
It's really good. Wait, Spencer, what? I just made this myself.
All right, it's a wrap.